through. In fact, during my command tour, we produced the first female SWIC warfighter ever. She is incredible. Impressed the hell out of me, and I made sure she earned it. We absolutely made sure she earned it. She did. She got no special favors. We also had the first female come into Hell Week ever. It's the first one to make it that far going into Hell Week. And what was so refreshing to me is even though you had DEI infiltrating, I could feel it. It was there. And we felt it from DC 100%. We were getting calls and pressure. Hey, just get one through. What does that mean? Can you just give us one win? What do you mean? We have curriculum, we have criteria, we have standards. If they meet the standard, fantastic. Yeah, right. No problems. If they don't meet the standard, no, I'm not going to get one through, for your political agenda. So I was very fortunate that my bosses at the time 100% were aligned with you hold the standard. You hold the standard. In fact, it was great. The female quit the first day after Hell Week. She was phenomenal, but her body was just broken. Like it just destroyed her. Destroyed her. Total stud. I pulled her in the room with my CMC afterward. Hey, what happened? By the way, we're a learning organization. What can we be doing better? You're clearly a minority here as a female. Did we provide you a quality of opportunity? Did you feel like you had a fair shot? All the questions. Absolutely, 100%. Yes, sir. Professional program. I was very proud of our instructors. But then in the report that went up, it was great. My commodore at the time was talking to the admiral and he said, hey, sir, just got to let you know, she didn't make it. She quit on after whatever. And the admiral said, well, this is Wyman Howard again. Love this dude. He said, well, she didn't make it? Well, should we change the standard to accommodate that maybe? And the commodore was like, no, sir. The standard's a standard. She just didn't make it. And then the Wyman Howard goes, good, that was a test. You passed. so I was like, yes. We had such support at that leadership at that time. To hold the standard.
So to me, I'll speak on it. We sat down with Mary, and it was pretty much, hey, we're going to give you a shot, right? You're going to be a Navy SEAL? Okay. So for those that don't understand, if I put you in the Coast Guard, that's where you need to start. But it was, she was already in Portland anyway. Like, I was impressed. I really was. Based on what she was doing at the time. Like, I knew she thought, this is going to sound so stupid, but she always makes us sound stupid. Intergalactic Federation of Light, or whatever the fuck she decides to do. It wasn't really about that. It was just that dumb broad keeps going. Like, even when she loses, and she does often, she loses so much. So, I mean, when she takes her losses, I was impressed by the way that she actually got back up and kept going. And it's like you're going and you're not benefiting Heaven's military whatsoever, but you keep going. So it was, I looked at it as, I'm not clowning her. Not at all. I'm fairly upset with her, but, yeah, we were going to change our standards. It's like, you're going to make it or you're not. So when she come here, douse her with water or something, like, to help her with her demons and shit like that. I'm not going to call it like I didn't see it. So, teaching her, osmosis type of style, she couldn't. So I'm not going to say she could. Like, it was a travesty. Like, how does somebody that was trapped in an asylum have so much arrogance? Is weird to me. that she thought she knew all these things, and then gathered other people. And then I kind of examined her heart, and it was kind of like, um, God would kind of be like, hey, I want you to listen to this prayer and answer it. So it's like, I'd listen to her and then answer it, and then she just felt like she could just do whatever she wanted to. She wasn't going to be held to the law. Because in the back of my mind, I remembered that she's a married woman. So he wasn't going to change his mind. She hadn't done what he told her to do. So, I mean, if she'd have. The thing is, she's an emotional coward that wouldn't fix her marriage. That's all she was told to do. She would have learned a lot if she did that, but she never did it. So it's not like Heaven's military is gonna let her off the hook on that. It's like, why should these other women enjoy these great lives when they actually did try and fix their marriage? So it a lot she didn't understand. A lot she didn't understand. If you drop into these waves, then it's pretty much fuck, man. I didn't start out. Yes, you did. I started out a Navy SEAL, but I went through the class and I understood. Hey, you're not gonna ring that bell. You're gonna go through this. So if anybody ever said that I'm a fraud or I'm a fake or I'm the devil, of course I'm gonna be like, all right, bitch, stand up. But I think me and Christians have that issue. I don't know what to tell you on that. If you get dropped in, you get. I don't understand all the tattoos and shit like that. I don't, because I didn't have the time to do it. So then it was when she went outside of God's plan. It was kind of like, how do I corral her? First of all, and you really couldn't. Like, it's either kill her or let her learn, and it was let her learn. Um, but in Portland, you know, we were hard on her. I'll say that. We were trying to train her, trying to teach her, hey, this is the timing. If I'm doing this at this speed, I need you here at this time. That was the irritating part, and I don't think she understood why our marriage went the way it went. If she knew God's thoughts towards her, I think it would have been a little bit different, but I wasn't allowed to tell her. She had to learn. And a lot of times we just look at her like she prayed for discernment. She prayed for all this, and then she's getting it all at once. And then, she prayed for that thing, and then we went to work on that, yeah. Marriages, 144,000 and all that. Whoever she thought she wasn't coming to the surface. And I think that was an issue that she didn't realize. I was gonna get accused of everything that I was trying to teach her. So then it's like, don't teach her, then I won't get accused, right? But if I don't love her, and she didn't really understand that. Brilliant, yeah. kind of. Um, Father says no. So it's like everything she was trying to discern and everything like that, I wasn't going to go against, of course. Why she launched an attack against God, I have no fucking clue. But she did. So it was like, what were we going to do? She already destroyed the ministry. She's, you know, so it was like her mission was to destroy, which I appreciated. I did, but on heaven's side, no, man. She never made it out of that class. She up in the air, man. Up in the air. Her head was just, because she got stuck is what actually happened. And then she would try and figure it out and then use it against us. Which makes no sense to me. How, if I'm educating you, how are you going to attack me while I'm educating you? Makes no sense to me. So it was weird. She fucked up her marriage and she wouldn't fix it. So I mean, she was told over and over again, hey, you failed. Fix your marriage. And she just wouldn't do it. I don't know who the fuck she thinks she is. But I think it just comes out the way it comes out. I'm not going to block God. So, I mean, she tried to, but I think more she didn't know God. So it was like, all right, get back in class or...
Less Schwab, our above and beyond service means more hustle, less hassle.
We're going to send you to jail over this.
Yeah.
I think she's on her 3rd prison term.
At Les Schwab, our above and beyond service means more hustle, less hassle.
And came back to the SEAL teams and it started all new because no one cared that I graduated Ranger School. There wasn't anyone there that was like, Red, you're a Ranger now, bro. We're so glad.
Very impressed.
If anything, they were like, oh, great, Ranger Red's here.
Yeah.
Actually, what they called me was Rambo Red. That's what I heard a lot more. That was the nickname I had gotten from Afghanistan. But I applied the principle: lead yourself, lead others, lead always. With the fundamental #1 thing to focus on is leading yourself. How do you show up prepared? Mentally, physically, you've educated.
See, I think she only focuses on what's going to encourage her instead of what's going to build her.
Who, when they're under the spotlight, because Ranger School, you have graded positions, and then you have times where you're not in a graded position. So you can slack off when you're not in a graded position. And oftentimes guys would do it. And they would be called spotlight rangers, but they would get peered and they would say, hey, this guy's a piece of shit. He only steps up when it's time to lead. He does nothing. Those peer evals meant a lot to me as a guy who had screwed up, to have these guys who didn't know me.
So the same thing she would tell me is what she was doing. So it's frustrating. I'm not going to define it as a narcissist. I'm not going to do that. Like, I understand the demonic issues in it because I'm a Navy SEAL. I never rang that bell. I can call it when I see it. So it was, you're dealing with, I guess some guys can retire, some guys can, pastors can do that, I guess. But it was her kingdom that she was failing at running. So, I got sent in. It's pretty much drop. We had to drop in. You know? So it was, no, I'd rather be Coast Guard, but that's just not, that wasn't my assignment. So it was, at the speed it was moving at, and she's off her rocker sometimes. She can be. You have to settle her first of all, and then she's gonna say you're controlling me. So you're going back and forth with this woman while you're trying to save her, which is, it's just one of those. Because she's gonna attack you. No, that's how she takes her frustration out. So I was like, pull out knives or what up? And we did that for a bit, and that didn't fix the marriage. So, I mean, she constantly just tested God over and over again, and she shouldn't have done that. Like, he told her to stop testing, and she kept doing it. So, I mean, you're dropping into different currents, first of all, because one, you're dropping in. So you're going underwater. Have no fucking idea what she's talking about. So you have to investigate that, live that for a bit. Marine Kingdom? Are you fucking serious? You're in Portland. Like, what is she gonna think of next? Like, how do you have a marriage when the woman constantly is attacking you over and over again? You're gonna get to that point where it's, never mind, go away. So, I mean, I don't think other people have the understanding or knowledge, should have said knowledge first, but of a kingdom marriage and what happens when you get involved in that, where the woman just simply does not want to be married. Then you're like, all right, then fuck off. And she's like, no, I do want to be married. And you just can't, it goes back and forth. So then, no, that's not. If I wasn't a good sniper, I probably couldn't have kept her sane long enough to talk to her. So, I mean, once you've done all this work and you're just like, hey, that's all I could do for you. Like, you failed. Like, you're just not good at this. So let me figure out what you can do. And it's finance here. We're going to put you in finance. And she was always kind of like, I can do more than that. And I was like, no, you can't. I've seen you in action. So it was, yeah, that's where we kind of stuck her. I'm going to be financier. Like, I've tried to find a place for you in the kingdom, but you refuse to do anything. So to hear her crying and shit like that, yeah, that was sad. I didn't like that. But you make your decisions and standards aren't changing. And it was kind of like, all right, I'm going to give you a shot. And that's what it was. Like, that's what she asked for. to see her run like a coward after she got it, that's, who could say anything about it? You know, she can't hear, can't see. So it's a never-ending babysitting job is what it became. I mean, how long did it take us to get her out of Portland? And then when we got her out, she went right back. So it's even when you explain it to her with like Disney or nature videos, she still is, either she doesn't get it or she just decides, fuck it, I'll always be okay. So the consequences had to catch up with her. Then she got angrier and angrier, and that's why she launched that attack at God. And I kept telling her, it's because you're angry with God. Then you need to have it out, or you need to shut the fuck up. Either one. So he doesn't have to tell you shit. And you know, we were saving her over and over again. I kind of already knew as a Navy SEAL, keep up with her thoughts and everything like that, and then as soon as you speak, then she's gonna deny what she was about to speak. So it's gonna be difficult. And pull some dumb shit like, hey, look at the heart, not the mind. No, it's your fucked up fault. Accept responsibility. Not everything is gonna be beneficial to you verbally if I don't help you. Let those other niggas do that. And she did. She went to house to house to house to house to house to house, searching for her father, husband, whatever the fuck she was doing. No one knows. But she does. Like, she was told over and over again through my prophets and everybody. Like, I don't like to get all churchy all the time, but you have to hear her. And she was told over and over again. So you can't tell somebody something. Hey, I'm warning you right now, this is what's going to happen. And if it doesn't happen, then you're a false prophet. But she went straight to false prophets. I think she still thinks in September she'll be raptured or something. I don't know. But, like I said, I think it's cutthroat. It is. It's cutthroat to just be like, hey, you're Satan's wife, because you're definitely not related to God. But to explain why is different. I think that's love. I think caring for her came from God. Because I would never went to Portland. God would have to drag me there, and he did. But she needs to hear it. She needs to hear a few other things. Like when I would sit down with a woman or something, I'd be talking to her through a woman. So, I mean, I'd sit down, never fucked them, never tried to date them or anything like that. And it was just like, I'm talking to you before we even met. So, then her confusion and everything, fuck it, man. Obviously, and I used to say this all the time, if you don't want me to be Jesus, and fuck off. Otherwise, I'll pretend to be the devil just to fuck around with you. And it was, you know, when we met, it was a collision. Yeah. We had to actually, she had expectations. Because she was with the devil for so long, it's like a hopscotch type of thing. And it was just like, no, that wasn't me. So, I don't know what to tell her. Like, I put you on to all this. I put you on to Maverick City. I put you on to worship music. I taught you the earbuds thing. Her expectations, and when she's getting it wrong, she's getting it wrong. Why would you tell her she's getting it right? I wouldn't. So, I mean, when she got herself wrapped up in all this shit, it was kind of like, that's Mary. Imitating some shit that she saw in my old videos, or she told me once, but she can wrap you up though. She can. So I mean, if you're having an honest conversation, you're pouring your heart out, and then that was that bitch shit that really pissed me off. When she did that, even my father was like, I'm gonna fuck her up for this. So her charges are what they are. But, hey, you were acknowledged where you shouldn't have been. I don't have patience for people that doubt me. It's like, fuck off then. If I'm working and I'm doing something for you, I require faith. I didn't find any. I work hard to inspire faith in people. That's the cornerstone, that's the building block. If I'm gonna do anything, if you're not gonna believe I'm Jesus, what's gonna happen later? My kingdom is gonna get stripped from me again. So I'm not gonna do it that way. And I think that I don't know. Like, sometimes my father counsels me. He's like, hey, you need to talk to them about this. And I'm like, fuck off. Not to him, you. But if he's in you, that's different. So we're building some